Hello everybody, welcome to this video about APA formatting. In this video we're going to be using an assignment from Administration of Justice 110 as our sample paper, as the basis for our sample paper. So let's just kind of go over real quick some of the main parts of APA formatting. Now you can see here I'm on a title page. This before going on to the body of the paper. This is something that APA formatting asks for. So basically what you want to do is make sure that you have your font selected as Times New Roman. Make sure that you're in 12-point font. Make sure that your line spacing is double spaced, and that you that you have deselected the option to remove spaces before or after paragraphs, so that there's no additional spacing beyond double spaced anywhere. Now, you can see that on this title page we have a block of information in the very center of the page and a block of information at the bottom. Each one of those blocks is about 8 spaces down, double spaced, and they're also of course center aligned, so you're going to want to switch from aligned left to aligned center early on, and you can count, one with the return key, of course, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and so this was on like the 9th line. And when you're finished writing this block of information, which includes the title of your paper, your name, and the college that you're enrolled in, you just do about, I think, maybe 8 or 9 more spaces down to the next block. Let's see here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and that's on the 9th line as well. So our second block of information includes the title of the class that we're in, the name of our instructor, and the date that the paper is due. And of course, don't forget that you want to put a running header in the right-hand corner with the page number. You can achieve this simply in Word by going to Insert, and then Page Number, and then Top of Page, and Plain Number 3, which is in the right. So that's what you want to do there. And notice that also you don't need to put your last name in front of the page number for APA formatting. Now moving on to the body of the essay, pretty much, there's not a lot of differences between MLA or Chicago or other kinds of formatting, except for there's no heading, right, in the top left corner, because you have all that information on your title page. And also there's no title, because you have the title on your title page. And also, there's a few different ways that you can do in-text citations depending on kind of how you introduce the quote that you're going to be including in your paper. So in this first example here, we're including our quote after we make a statement about where we got the quote from. In this case, it's the title of our book. Therefore, the title of a book, goes in italics. And in APA, after you've introduced the title of the book before your quote, you want to include after that in parentheses the author's last names and the year it was published. And then you kind of give your quote as indicated here, and you also include after the quote the page number in parentheses with the period for the sentence going after the parentheses, not at the end of the quote. Similarly, when you are introducing a quote from an article, you also want to put the author's last name and the year it was published after the title of the article. What's different here is that the title of the article does not go in quotation marks, as it might do in other formatting styles. APA, you do not need to put the title of an article in quotation marks, right? And then, of course, we give the quote here. And similar to above, we put the page number in parentheses after the quote, with the period going after the parentheses, not at the end of the quote. Now, if you like to include your quotes without giving too much information about where the quote came from beforehand, you might just kind of drop in the quote like this. And if you decide to do it that way, then what you do is you don't include the title of the book or the article. You just include the author's last names, the year it was published, and the page number, all in the same parentheses, with the period going after the parentheses, not at the end of the quote. So those are kind of the 3 main ways that you would do an in-text citation in APA. Feel free to watch this video as many times as you need to kind of get that. And then now onto the references page. It's pretty much the same kind of as a works cited or a bibliography, except for we call it references at the top, not works cited or bibliography. And we have the year in between the author's last names and the title of the book, or in this case, the year between the author's last name and the title of the article. Not just the author's last name, but the author's name, last name with first initial. So those are some of the things that you might want to be aware of for the references page. I hope all that was helpful, and good luck in writing your paper. Take care.